We're about to go night racing in America's Heartland tonight for the running of the Kansas 400. Last time out at Indianapolis, Mark Martin earned his third victory of the season. As today we go to one of the more newer, in fact, the newest track on the Winston Cup circuit, Kansas Speedway. Tonight, last time out, the very first race there, Jeff Gordon won the inaugural Protection 1400 at Kansas. Now, we're racing under the lights for the annual stop here at the Kansas Speedway. Will the night moves pay off for Jeff Gordon just like he did working all day? Let's find out. Right now, in terms of regular season points, Jeff Gordon is 25 points back from Mark Martin. So if Mark Martin were to have a problem, Jeff Gordon could easily take the regular season championship while those two fight it out for themselves. Both of them are firmly into the playoffs because of their multiple wins and Martin winning Indy. You can see I immediately went back to the Dale Sr. special paint schemes idea for this race. I will be running the Wheaties inspired car that he ran in the All-Star race. One of his many special paint schemes. Kansas Speedway has 15-degree banking in the corners, 10 degrees on the front, 5 degrees on the backstretch. The winner's purse will pay $156,000. This track will seat 78,000 people, and the very first race was held in 2001. Track record for this facility was set on September 29th with a time of 30.59 at 176 miles an hour, set by Jason Leffler. Kansas Motor Speedway is one of the more unique racetracks on the Winston Cup circuit as it's built more similarly to Chicagoland and Las Vegas. Consider it is based off of a D-shaped layout with a tri-oval. Coming out of turn 4, you want to keep that car on the bottom and then let it inch towards the wall and then back across through the tri-oval. That will put us again in 20th for some reason. Then again, dive that car on the bottom. The car may want to edge up the racetrack. Do not let it. Then you make it your way down the backstretch again for arcing it into turn 3. Get that car right on the flat, or almost on the flat, basically. Then you let it come out of turn 4. And then that'll put us 11th. Wow, nice qualifying run.
Welcome to MRN's presentation of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing from the Kansas Speedway. What a great facility this is, Barney. What do you think of this track?
Well, the track is pretty similar to Chicagoland. They were both built at the same time and had been scheduled in the same year. Not really any history built up here yet. I'm sure there will be soon.
Elliott Sadler had a great run in qualifying this week.
You're right, Joey. What a welcome relief this must be. This team has been working hard all year, but it seems they can never catch a break in qualifying. This time they're starting up front.
The NBC car will begin the race in the top 5 in points.
Being in the top 5 is a huge boost in self-confidence. I know everyone on the team is very happy with their performance this season, rightfully so.
An impressive average finish record for Mark Martin.
That's right, and I think he will have an excellent run at this one as well. I spoke to the crew chief this morning, and he assured me that they have a very fast hot rod.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Here's the starting lineup.
Starting out front are the Lowe Chevrolet and the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet. Starting in row 2 will be the 27 car and the Alltel Ford. In row 3 are the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In row 4 are the Motorcraft Ford and the Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Target Dodge and the 26 car. The 6th row has the 121 car and the 16th car. Mark Martin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will start towards the front. In the 8th row are the 88 car and the DuPont Chevrolet. In the 9th row, we have the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Kellogg Chevrolet. In the 10th row are the 23 car and the 46 car. Starting the race for row 11 are the Pennzoil Chevrolet and the Team Rusty Ford. The 12th row has the Valvoline Pontiac and the 37 car. Starting the race for row 13 will be the Square D Chevrolet and the M&M's Pontiac. In row 14 we have the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Home Depot Pontiac. Starting from row 15 will be the Rubbermaid Ford and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. In the 16th row are the Caterpillar Dodge and the Citgo Ford. In the 17th row are the Cheerios Dodge and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. In the 18th row are the Avalon Ford and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. Starting the race for row 19 are the America Online Chevrolet and the Kodak Chevrolet. The 20th row has the Sprint Dodge and the Tide Ford. Starting the race for row 21 will be the 98th car and the Sirius Satellite Radio Dodge. And finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 49th car.
As you saw in the starting lineup, Jimmie Johnson becomes the 10th different driver to win a pole this season here at Kansas tonight. 66 laps. Last time out at an intermediate racetrack, a Hendrick Motorsports driver did go to victory lane, albeit it was under caution, and they had a lot of issues throughout. It could go one of two ways. Could we see fuel mileage, or will we see a battle of survival? You're about to find out. Pace car is off. Jimmie Johnson, Kevin Harvick bring the field down, and we're green at Kansas. All the shuffling behind the leader has allowed Jimmie Johnson to pull away. You got Matt Kenseth already looking to take second from teammate from Kevin Harvick. Dylan Murway using the apron, which is perfectly legal here to make a pass. But you got to be back up before turn one, otherwise you're going to cause a big wreck. Get up on the racetrack. Dylan Murway in the middle. He's trying to bring Earnhardt Jr. with him. Wow, we're already battling through wide in the middle and out front. It's the Young Gun show. Johnson, Harvick, Kenseth, and Newman, the top four. Not unless Dylan Murway has anything to say or do about it, as he gets way out of the groove. I mean way out of the groove. Dylan Murway still holding it down on Junior, racing for 8th. I'm sorry, 7th. Dylan takes the spot from Junior. Spencer, will he get in room? Whoa. Oh, across the track into Spencer. Spencer into the wall somehow. And they're still banging each other, as that has seemed to settle down. Jamie McMurray and Todd Bodine with nice qualifying runs early on. So far, the field is starting to settle down. Jimmy Johnson has the early lead. Robbie Gordon catching up there with Dylan Murway, trying to battle with him. A lot of damage to that left front, though. It could be the reason Dylan Murway drops back. Getting into Jimmy Spencer and Dale Earnhardt Jr. somehow not wrecking. That might be part of it. Murway and McMurray going at it. As a bit of contact with McMurray. And he's going to go around. McMurray to the inside. First yellow of the night. Just a lone single car spin. In for McMurray. Gets back up. And that will be the first yellow of the evening. Pace cars back off. Green flag back into the air. Johnson still your leader. You remember last time out at Chicagoland, he started up front with Gordon. Led for the majority of the night, but unfortunately, late issues relegated him to a top 10 finish. Finishing out finishing 10th. Hamilton going around. Big pileup. Look at this. Wimmer, Labonte involved. Yikes. Bobby Hamilton, Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd got in it. Jerry Nadeau, Scott Wimmer might have got. Nadeau got a piece of that. So now we're back to green. Two yellows to start the night. Frank Kimmel already moving his. Remember, he needs to be inside the top 30. Kimmel does. If he gets another win, that could play in his favor. So far, most of the top 5 is a bunch of young guns. Johnson, Kenseth, Newman, Harvick, and Sadler. Johnson's still out front. And the cars that took out, somehow we still have cars running on the racetrack after that first rack. Question is, for how long? There's Jeff Green closing up in 25th, driving the Daffy Duck sponsored car. Coming back to the line, 16 laps complete. Tony Stewart falling all the way back to 37th. How about that? Oh! Burway and Elliott get together. Still green. Question is, I don't think for how long. Good boy. We're about to see debris. Oh, wow. Craven got a little aggressive there. Gets into Dylan, who's, I think, yeah, he's about to crash. Norway's still trying to do everything he can to keep the field behind. Question is, for how long? Remains to be seen. Dylan Norway trying to do everything he can. He's got a problem. He needs to get out of the way. And caution has come out for the third time tonight. Oh, lovely. Somehow that didn't cut a tire. Pace car is off, and the green flag is back into the air. Still Norway trying to move his way back through the field. Unfortunately, he used the door of Casey Atwood as an extension. Norway getting ready to try to take the field 3 wide. Gets by Burton, gets by Craven, 3 wide in the middle. Bit of a tight spot there. Oh, Mayfield up the track. Still green. Norway still trying to make up all that time he lost. Somehow or another. Norway trying to use the draft of Jeff Green. They're on board with him. Trying to almost split Kimmel. Somehow. Norway's still trying to hold it down on Petty for 23rd. Petty loses a couple spots. Norway trying to cover top to bottom. Kimmel up the racetrack. And around goes Jeff Green. The fourth time this evening. And it looks like that may take some people out of the race. No doubt. Kimmel to the wall. That collects. Oh, wow. Big mess. Frank Kimmel, Casey Atwood, Jamie McMurray. Green got turned. Kimmel checks up. And then everyone plows into him. Tony Stewart is in it. Jimmy Johnson somehow has not given up the lead once tonight, with Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon making an appearance inside the top 5. Nope, looks like might have been some pit road contact, more pit road contact. By the way, we'll be running a Wrangler-inspired throwback for the Mountain Dew Southern 500 race to open the playoffs. Dylan Roy trying to see where he gets out. He gets out in 18th. Or 17th. Pace car is off. Green flag back into the air. Johnson still is your leader. Kimmel with a nice run. A little bit of damage after that last pile up off of 2. Oh, Kurt into Sadler. Oh, they're wrecking. They save it somehow. And they make it back out of it. Out of there. Kurt Busch gets into Elliott's. Yeah, I'd be mad at Kurt Busch after that move. And after almost getting turned, but at the same time, you came down in front of him. And, Green's around. Oh, and it collects Dylan Murway in a big mess. Off of turn 2 this time. It's been Calamity Corner tonight. Turn 2 has been where the crashing has been. There's Benson. It's into Kurt Busch. No caution. Wow, not a lot of damage. I thought more cars would have been taken out of that. Wow. Pace car is off, and the green flag will be back into the air. Johnson and Kenseth this time are out front. Here comes Dale Jarrett up in 4th. So right now, the cars that are taken out of the race, Tony Stewart, Jamie McMurray, Jeremy Mayfield, and Ricky Craven after that last incident are the only cars that have retired from tonight's race. Big blow for Tony Stewart in points. And that is a big blow, too. There's Dylan Murway trying to edge Mike Skinner. Ken Schrader into the wall off of 4. Out front, it is Jimmy Johnson still leading this race. There's the damage to Hamilton as Schrader goes around. And they're wrecking all the way in turn 3 somehow. As the field races back to the caution flag. Schrader gets spun on the backstretch. Oh! Wild ride for, I think, who was that? There was a car that was upside down. Oh, God. Jeff Green with a violent crash. And he's still running. That's a trooper. Kids, that's a trooper. Oh, car to the wall. That's Schrader in trouble in turn 1. Norway trying to keep whatever little track position he has behind to his name. And, Green gets turned, and Dylan crashes. That's at the start-finish line. Schrader gets in it and crashes into Burton. For I think the 9th caution of the night already. My goodness. Double whammy for cleanup. Pace car is off. Green flag back into the air. $20 to go. Friday night crash fest. So 48 laps complete. Jimmy Johnson has led the same amount of laps that have matched his car number. And a race has turned into what can simply be described as ugly. A lot of crashes on the backstretch. Maybe only one wreck that was in turn 1. That was obviously a Schrader incident and a crash when they were racing back with Dylan Murway and Jeff Green. as Dylan Murway is basically about to wreck. I think that's yellow flag number 11, by the way. Or number 10, at least. Pace car is off. Green flag back into the air. At least they got New Hampshire and Pocono coming up after this, because, oh boy. $14 to go. And a race that has been simply described as destructive. Not as bad as Martinsville or the 600, where you had that big 9-car wreck to start the race. Or maybe Sonoma to a certain extent. This has still been what can probably be described as a very ugly race. A lot of crashing, 4 cars out of the race. Somehow there weren't more. Jimmy Johnson is still fighting with Dale Jarrett and Kevin Harvick for the race lead here with close to 10 laps to go, 11 to go now. Sorry, 12 to go. So this will be a big payday for Jimmy Johnson if he can do this, if he can become the second driver to lead all the laps in a race this season other than Dale Jarrett. This could be big. $10 to go here at Kansas. Dylan Murway has 17 seconds to make up between him and the lead, which still is Jimmy Johnson. Redemption for Chicagoland? Probably. After being wrecked out late. You bet. That'd be a redemption. I'd enjoy it too. Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, and Ryan Newman make up the top 5. $9 to go. Or $8 to go, sorry. There'll be 7 to go at the line for Jimmy Johnson. Dylan Murway is still close to half a lap behind at this point. Trying to make up whatever points he can that have been lost. $7 to go. So when the line will be 6 to go for Johnson. as Johnson is 5 laps away, holding off one of the more older veterans of our sport. Johnson's in turn 2. Dylan Murway's in turn 3. Just trying to maintain and make it back around. So the next race will be at, let me check the schedule here once we're done. Kind of hard to do that while you're driving. I'm not sure. I can't even tell if Dylan's just riding around there. I think he's got that look after Dylan Murway and Kurt Busch got together. I think he's got that look. He might be looking for someone, I think. By the way, one car did fall out of the race as Dylan Murway passed a mysterious driver. Same situation as the Coke 600. Can Dylan Murway hold off from being lapped, basically, if a caution were to come out? And here comes Johnson. He gets held up. Here comes Jarrett coming in. Jarrett to the lead. Almost turns him. And, into Harvick. Somehow, Johnson gets the lead back after losing the lead briefly to Jarrett when trying to figure out that lap car. Somehow they get out of it okay here with 3 to the line. Dylan Murway gets into Jimmy Spencer. No caution. 3 to go. Well, 2 to go for Jimmy Johnson. And, yep. Well, he knew where he found. Oh, by the way, the white flag is out, so anything happens now happens. So it's, crash. Dylan gets into Schrader. And now they're wrecking at the line. Kyle Petty is in it. Ricky Rudd. And they're still trying to make it back around in one piece. Jimmy Johnson, one corner away from fulfilling a childhood dream, winning in the Winston Cup Series, as Jimmy Johnson wins at Kansas tonight as cars begin to, as he makes it back around. Hopefully Ricky Rudd is out of the way. And he looks to be just that. Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and Kevin Harvick make up the top 5.
Not many drivers led a lap in this race.
Well, to be honest, Joe, I'm a little surprised that we didn't have more leaders. Just goes to show that with the right setup and the right strategy, you really can dominate a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The 121 car got into some trouble and did some damage to his car.
You know, some of these teams have multiple cars, and a race like this won't set them back too far. It's the guys who have only 1 or 2 cars that suffer the most. But hey, it'll make you willing to take care of your car in a hurry.
Well, it was a great night of racing, and until the next
So
time,
Kyle Petty and Ricky Rudd were involved in that wreck on the last lap. Let me go back. It was Kyle Petty, Ricky Rudd, and Casey Atwood that were in that last lap incident. So Casey Kane retired from the race with 5 laps to go. Ricky Rudd and Kyle Petty still were credited with finishing on the lead lap after that wreck. So drivers that truly fell out of the race within that mid-race incident crash with Tony Stewart, Jamie McMurray, Jeremy Mayfield, and Ricky Craven. So Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and Kevin Harvick are in the top 5. Jimmy Johnson adds his name to the playoff grid with his win, so not a good sign for Frank Kimmel. Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr. with a nice run tonight. Michael Waltrip finishes 9th, and Rusty Wallace rounds out the top 10. Looking through the rest of the field, great run for Jeff Purvis. Excellent run tonight for Shauna Robinson. Frank Kimmel ends up finishing tonight in 33rd, for those of you who are curious on him trying to get inside the top 30. So, next race will be the Pennsylvania 500 from Pocono Raceway. So, the drama thickens. Rusty Wallace with an excellent run moves to 3rd. He is now the new highest driver in points over Ricky Rudd, or based on points. So with that win, we have, if Frank Kimmel is able to make it inside the top 30, which he falls to 34, so he does not really have the best shot at this point. We got Pocono, Loudon, Michigan at night, Watkins Glen doubleheader, and then the Daytona Tour ending at the Pepsi 400. So opportunities are running real slim for Frank Kimmel, even though he has that win. So Chase Grid, if we're basing it off wins, Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon would be 2nd and 3rd. So Jeff Gordon would break that tie with Mark Martin based on top 10s. Now, if anybody can get 2 more wins, they would leapfrog Dylan Murway in the Chase Grid points. So 1st seed, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So 9 drivers have wins this season. Well, 10 if you count Frank Kimmel, but he is not in the top 30. Jimmy Johnson went off in this race. Won the pole, led the most laps, set the fastest lap, was the best rookie, and made the best pass. Shauna Robinson passed the most cars. Jimmy Johnson becomes the 10th driver this season to win a pole. Jackpot 5, those who finished in the top 5 in the 600 will be fighting for the $1 million bonus at Daytona. Chevrolet is a 7-point lead over Ford. Jimmy Johnson moves into 5th on the EA Sports Lap Championship encounter. 4 drivers have led more than 100 laps this season. Could these 4 have shots at the championship? You're about to find out. Tune in Monday afternoon for Pocono.